Good morning, this is Jenny from Jenny's Garden, and I thought I would do a quick video tutorial before I start my day on using this texture paste that I've been talking about in my other videos when I was working on the frames. So this is a Ranger Inks texture paste. You probably are used to seeing this one. This is the white opaque. And this one is translucent. And so when I first started using this, open it up, I was like, ooh, that's really super creamy, almost liquidy. And I didn't think I was gonna like this. And of course, I tried it once. You always need to try things once. You'll never know if you like them if you don't try them. And I'm in love with it. So that's what I get for thinking. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you how to apply the texture paste to this one. This is our sample. This is what the outcome is. And you see it's got kind of a translucent quality here. So I'm going to apply the texture paste to this one. This one is already dry, so you can't barely see it, but there is an image in there. It's the same little lizard so that you can, I'm using all the same products, but there's his head. I don't know if you can see that or not. So right there, okay. So what we're gonna do is use the texture paste to put down on the image, and we'll set that aside and you have to let it dry for probably an hour. You'll know when it's dry because it's totally translucent. It starts off opaque and then it'll go translucent. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to color this one with the alcohol inks I've got here. And with your alcohol ink, you want to use your blending solution. So this is the Ranger blending solution I've been showing you guys on the other videos. And I guess I'm just in an alcohol ink week this week. Okay, so let's move these aside for a minute. And let me get my little piece of paper here. So with texture paste, or any kind of paste that you're going to be laying something down with, you need a spatula or tool. And these little white tools right here, you can get them in white or black at the big box stores for $2.99 a pack. And there's a set of like 5 or 6 tools in them. These are the best. And it's so funny because you get all these fancy metal ones and everything, and these little cheapo ones work the very best. They're easy to clean. And I just, every time I'm in a store, I grab a pack. So I have them laying all around my art room. They're all in my luggage. You know how it is. I'm digging this texture paste, this translucent texture paste technique on my acrylics. I mean, my acrylic pours. This is a pour I did a couple weeks ago on 140-pound watercolor paper. You see it's got nice cells in there. And I'll bring that up so you can go, ooh, look how pretty that is. Yes, very, very pretty, Jenny. Okay. But I like the translucent quality of it because then you can see part of the pour through it. Where if I was using the other texture paste, you wouldn't be able to see through it. So I can either put my little lizard here, or I think I really like these right here. I think I'm going to turn it over and put him here. And so he'll be going up through these bubbles right here. And I try not to cover as many bubbles as I can because I think those are cool. Okay, so a trick I learned too is, where'd I put it? I thought I had it out for you guys. Oh, here it is. These sizzle grid sticky backs. I was watching a Tim Holtz video and he was taking a whole one and he was putting his paper down and then his stencil. And I had this one that I cut off because I've cut them to fit my Tim Holtz stamping platform. And then I take the extra and I bring it with me. And so then I can kind of hold down my stencil this way. The most important thing when you're using stencils is you always want to move in one direction. And you're going to hold your palette knife about 45 degrees. So what I'm going to do, and this will pick up some of this ink on here, which I'm okay with that. If I was at home, I might have cleaned this stencil with regular isopropyl alcohol. And I want to move this just a little. Hold on. Because I got a lot of my bubbles in there. Let me move this over just a little. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start from my top, your bottom, and I'm going to just rub this up, and I'm holding my stencil down tight. And that's another thing, if you use the full sheet of the sticky paper, it will help you hold your stencil down tight. So I'm just going to come up at a 45-degree angle, very gently. Got a little bubble right there. You wanna make sure that you don't get too much paste because it will sploosh underneath it. And you guys know what I mean by sploosh. You get that big sploosh at the bottom. So I'm just gonna rub him up like this and cover him. So just a nice gentle touch, 45 degrees. You get a real smooth effect here. Let's redo this part here because it's kind of bubbly on me. Probably because I'm not holding the stencil down all the way. All right, so now I'm going to gently remove the stencil, and there's our little guy. So you see, you can tell this is totally wet because it's white, 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 white. Okay, we'll move this out of the way, and I'm going to close this up. I put this, I put it on the very side so I can use it again. So like this has got some red in it. And so I put it at the very side. Some people will probably go, oh, you're messing up your paste. I'm too cheap. I'm going to use it again. And I'm not worried about that. Okay, so we'll remove this. And we're going to get this one. And what I like to do is put myself a baby wipe. And I'm going to wipe off the extra paste of this stencil because I need to use it again as a mask. And the reason I want to use it as a mask is so that I don't get ink all over my background. So wipe that up. Okay, so here's his head. I'm going to turn him over this way, and I'm going to fit him in. And it's kind of tricky because it's all clear. So you have to be patient to find the right. So you see how it's very hard to see. Sorry if I bumped you. So you have to fit it in there so that you're just got the texture paste sticking out. And the good thing about that is if you kind of push it over, you can feel a stop. And it gets to the, well, maybe. Where'd he go? Come here, George. There's his head. Okay. Okay, there. So we've got him in. Now, I've picked out 2 colors of alcohol pearl ink. This is Envy, which is a darker green. And then this one is Celestial. And this reminds me of denim. So you want to shake your alcohol ink up so your ball's moving around. That makes sure the crushed mica in the bottom is suspended into the ink. I think it's crushed mica. I keep saying it is, and I keep meaning to read. It doesn't say. Okay, I'm pretty sure it is crushed mica. That's what they usually use in glitter suspension. Any type of shimmer spray is usually crushed mica. Okay, so I've got my little tool here, and this is a tool I used last night. It's already got a lot of green and blue on it. You can't see as much of the blue as the green, and that's okay. I don't mind blending them. So I'm going to put some blue down. So, doop, 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 doop. I'm not trying for a very, like last night when I was doing the other video, I wanted that variegated look. That's not what I'm looking for here. I'm just doing a blend. So I'm gonna put some green down. And then I'm going to put in some alcohol solution, blending solution. All right. And then I'm going to dab. And I prefer dabbing on these stencils because I don't want it to smoosh underneath it. Looks like his head is just a little off. There we go. Little legs in there. So dab, dab, dab. And I thought of the word last night about when you're putting down these alcohol pearls, and it's sizzle. So I wish that you could see this. Let me see if I can get any closer. My watch turned off. Come on, watch. Oh, you're almost dead. No wonder you turned off. So I'm gonna come up here for a second. And when I put it down, it like sizzles. See, it's sizzling until it dries. And I think that's so cool. So I'm just gonna dab. This little piece I'm using is from an Anna Griffin all-in-one tool. I love the bag that thing came in because I travel a lot, so I can put all my tools in it and pack it in my check-in bag, and TSA opens my bag, they see my tools, and they close my bag. And they leave me nice notes. One time they put a note in my Tim Holtz stamper machine. So I thought that was cute. If they have to do their job, at least they should have some fun with it, right? Okay, it must not be fun looking through everyone's luggage every day. Maybe it is, I don't know, it depends on what's in the luggage, okay? So I'm dabbing. And the good thing about alcohol inks is you can keep layering and layering on the color. So if you're not happy with this color, you can layer more color onto it. If you notice, my stencil has alcohol ink on it, and I'm pulling it over because I like that. I like it, gives it a little grungy feel, and I'm into that grunge, steampunk type of thing. My grunge lizard here. If I were at home, I could clean this. I think I said this already, but I could clean my stencil with isopropyl alcohol, and that ink would come right off. Okay, so Mr. Lizard, are we happy? Mr. Lizard, ha ha ha. Stacy Keach, Cheech and Chong reference. Okay, so we're gonna peel this off. And isn't he so awesome? You can still see my alcohol pour. I think it's gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I'm gonna get up here and see what you're seeing. So look at that shine on him. And he's dry, he's already dry. So alcohol ink dries very quickly. See, I can mess with it. I think that is so pretty. I am digging it. So now I'll take this and I will put it in one of my frames. I may even give it to a client. I've been taking our company's customer service information and putting them on the back of the frame. So I have the frame here with my little gnome, and then I'll put our customer service information. I printed it out on the computer and put it in here. My friend laughed at me. He's like, I can't believe you don't have your laminator with you. And I was like, if I'd known I was doing that, I would have. So that's my tips from Jenny's Garden this morning. I hope you have a beautiful day.